What's going on, everybody? It's your guy, Too Real Anime, and today we will be talking about Boruto Chapter 77 and also what Boruto Chapter 78 could have in store for us. But before I begin, I want to thank everyone who's just now coming into this video, and if this is your first time clicking on this channel, I want to thank you very, very much. And if you are feeling the video by the end of the video, don't forget, give me that like and that subscribe. That helps me out tremendously. I appreciate it. So as we see in chapter 77, I'm going to just cut to the chase. Kawaki has gone nuts. And what I mean by going nuts, I mean his whole plan of exterminating all the otsutsuki threats, which I think is outrageous because that means he would possibly have to go against the likes of Daemon. He would have to go against the likes of Momoshiki. He would have to go against the likes of possibly Code, seeing how he's not a full otsutsuki, but he has the otsutsuki's power. And he would have to go against Ada and Daemon, like I mentioned before. So he's going to have his work cut out for him. Now, seeing how there aren't any other otsutsukis, that will only mean that Kawaki would basically have to go look for the otsutskis, or possibly Kawaki might stumble upon the main clan. Now, Ishiki's dojutsu and Ishiki's powers are all granted unto Kawaki, meaning Kawaki can basically shrink things and do everything that Ishiki has done, and also open up portals to go into different dimensions. Now, I know different dimensions vary from different otsutsukis. They all have their own dimension. But what if I told you that I believe that the otsutsuki have one main line? And what I mean by that is, I mean that there's always one main line to get back to the otsutsuki's main planet. Now, I'm sure that the Boruto manga should dive into the otsutsuki's planet and their backstory even more as we progress into the story. But for now, let's just think about how Kawaki is possibly going to exterminate all the otsutsuki. Now, listen, like I said, the only otsutsuki that are basically left is Boruto, Kawaki himself, Ada, and Daemon, which basically they are otsutsuki. But we also have Code, who basically is a non-vessel. He has the non-vessel karma, which makes him pretty much otsutsuki, but he's not a vessel. He can't become one. But, you know, that just leads me to believe that Kawaki is basically going off the hinges, and I believe that he is going to be going from dimension to dimension to try to find any otsutsukis he feel like he can take on. And I feel like he's going to bite off a little bit more than he can chew. Honestly, that's just in my opinion, because if you're looking to exterminate all otsutsuki, you would have to start off at the root, basically the otsutsuki's home planet, which hasn't yet been discussed to us, but we know that there is a main branch out there, which was basically stated by Yorishiki and every other otsutsuki that talked pretty much. But the main thing that really took my eye also is the fact that Daemon tried to come at heyawari, and that just had me like, yo, I didn't see this coming, but a subscriber of mine did mention it a few weeks ago in the comments. So like I said in the last video, if that's you, man, definitely comment below. But that right there surprised me, honestly, and to think what heyawari has in store, or what the writers have in store for us with heyawari in the manga, I believe it's going to be very cool, honestly. I believe heyawari has a lot of potential to become a great character, and I believe she has a lot of potential to be a lot stronger than Hinata and a lot stronger than her late uncle Neji. Now, seeing how the story has to progress even further, being how Naruto and Hinata are sealed away, the storyline still has to progress, which means that what will basically happen with Boruto, and how would he take his parents being sealed away by his brother, and also how would he take Kawaki trying to kill him all over again. Now, hopefully this doesn't lead into Boruto dying again, But if Kawaki gets a chance, I think he's going to try to pack our boy Boruto up. But here's another thing. What if I tell you, this is just a theory of mine, what if I tell you that Kawaki possibly might die also? Now, in Naruto, right, we've seen this multiple times where Sasuke died, had a realization of a revolution. Naruto died and basically was like, he's going to save everybody as much as he can, right? And I think the same counters with Kawaki. And I believe Kawaki will have that moment where he will basically have I wouldn't say he would fully die, but he will have a outer body experience, pretty much like how Boruto had when he had that heart attack. And I believe that this will be the cause of Amato's karma seal that he placed on Kawaki. And I believe that Amato already knew everything that was going to go on as far as Kawaki sealing Naruto, which he stated way back a few chapters ago that Kawaki is basically obsessed with Naruto. And now that we see the obsession, which Naruto said to Kawaki that what he's saying right now is very creepy. So that must mean Naruto already caught up to that wave that Kawaki is tripping. You know what I'm saying? But the part about Kawaki exterminating every otsutsuki is just wild, and I am really fascinated to see what can happen further on in the story. Now, hopefully chapter 78 will put us in the mind and help us understand where the otsutsuki actually are, their home planet, because Momoshiki at this point has to talk about this. It has to be discussed in the story, or we just won't know nothing more about the otsutsuki than what we've seen in the anime and a little bit in the manga. But like I said, guys, there's something that we really need at this point. Momoshiki has to talk about the otsutsuki's home planet. He has to talk about the main clan. These are things that he needs to talk about in order to further the story. And if Kawaki basically did that to Naruto and Hinata, that means Kawaki will basically have to leave the village at this point, which means that Boruto versus Kawaki would definitely be coming up soon. That's if Boruto actually talks with Momoshiki and they have one of those Kurama Naruto moments where Boruto really has to fight Momoshiki inside his own mind. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm just spitting this stuff out right now, guys. But like I said, it would be very interesting to see Boruto go against Momoshiki and basically fight him for his own self. Because like Momoshiki said, he would lose all hope to even live. And basically, Momoshiki will take over his body and live as Boruto. That's where I think Boruto is going to fight, because I think it is going to be a time where Momoshiki is going to take over Boruto. And I believe that's when Boruto is going to have to fight for himself. And basically, that's when I believe that him and Momoshiki will get an understanding, whereas though Boruto will have to learn the Shinjitsu that Momoshiki knows. And I believe that Momoshiki is pretty much the only key to knowing the Otsutsuki backstory at this point, because listening to Amato, we're not going to get it unless something pops off, as we've seen with his character. But guys, that will be the end of the video. I appreciate everyone who stopped through, listened to your boy Too Real. I want to thank you guys very much. And if you felt this video, give your boy a like and a subscribe. I appreciate it. It's your guy Too Real. I'm out.